Welcome to the completing site information for survey during SV3 session. In this session, what we're going to go over is basically the first tab, which is the site information tab of a survey that will be performed during SV3. You can see I've displayed it here on the screen. This tab looks like, and we're going to go field by field and show here what we're going to need to fill out. You'll see there's a start wizard, but we're going to use that button, but we're going to use that for checking our work at the end, and there's a main menu button, which we will also use at the end to check our work. So I'm just going to highlight some of the fields to show you what we're fill out. First is the site survey date. You'll need to put the date in that you're doing the site visit. The next is the site survey region, and you'll see there's a drop down for this, and you just need to go and record there what your region is. For Texas, New Mexico, of course you would choose Texas, New Mexico, but it's the same for any region, Florida or the Pacific Northwest for Seattle or Portland. You just want to choose your region. If you're unsure, just reach out to one of us and we will let you know what region that you live in if you don't know already. So let me reset that back so you can see the next highlighted sections, and got it highlighted here to yellow. All right, so the next tables that we're going to look at are the location name, the address, the city, the state, and the zip code. Now, to be honest, these should be pre-filled when you get them. Okay, and we'll already have the location name in it. And in our example here, you'll see the file name is sort code underscore location name, but you'll be able to check this information against the file name that'll be displayed at the top of the page, which would normally have your sort code and then the location name. So if, for example, it were 6 corners, it would have the sort code and 6 corners. And here I've highlighted where you can find the sort code for the site as well. Again, and it'll be up in the bar here for the sort code underscore location name, which will be attached to this file, will be attached to your Spiceworks ticket. Okay. Let me unhighlight all these. Change these back to yellow. And then next will be the telephone number. So this is information that you can gather from the website or from the Banking Center Manager. The fax number will not be on the website, okay, and an alternative phone number will not be on the website, but the telephone number should be on the website. So if it's not pre-populated, do that. And again, for fax number, you get this from the Banking Center Manager. For after hours number from the Banking Center Manager on your 24-hour call ahead. These numbers, when you enter them, are entered without dots or dashes. They're just entered with the 10 digits, and once they're entered, the dashes are automatically populated for you. Next, we'll move to the batch number there. The batch number should be pre-populated as well. That is really of no concern. That can be filled in by HP. Okay. After batch number, we look at the start time and the stop time. There are drop downs for both of these, so you want to drop that down and choose what time you started the survey, if it was 3:30 in the afternoon or 4 o'clock. These will apply to the on-site times. These do not apply to the phone call times. So this applies to only when you're on site, when you've called HP and got an arrival for your site. Okay, for start and for stop both. Next is the time, and you'll see there for stop as well. There's a drop-down menu for stop. Again, choose the time. Let's say that it's going to take you an hour to an hour and a half to complete the survey on site. And next is the time zone. Again, this is a drop-down as well. For time zone, you just want to choose what time zone you're in. The reason for this is when HP imports this into their system, then it marks these time zones for start times and calculates that in their system because they're on the East Coast right now for support. Survey type, you'll see full is the only choice there. We won't change that. Branch number, we won't put in, but contact name, primary. You can also find this information on your 24-hour call ahead. You'll want the primary contact name and the secondary contact name for the branch. Okay, we want both of those primary and secondary contact name. In some cases, the secondary contact will be the assistant manager. In some cases, the manager will give you the teller operations specialist, okay, or the TOS number instead. Okay. After hours number, again, you will gather this from the banking center manager. It's not on the website. It's not published. It's just information that we have to gather. Okay, and the NER telephone number. So there's a red phone in every NER, network equipment room, and we want to pick that phone up. The way to get this number, because it's not written anywhere, is to call your cell phone with that number once you're on site and record that number there as well. Okay. Next is the banking center owned or leased. Okay, you'll see that there's just a choice there in a drop down of own or lease or unknown to contact. To be honest, we can gather some of this information out of the master schedule, but we want to confirm this information with the banking center manager as well. So we're going to show you how to pre-populate this and who the property manager is from the master schedule. But again, you need to confirm this information with the banking center manager. If for some reason it is not one of the property managers in the drop-down list, then you'll need to put the company name and the contact name and contact telephone number. And the reason for this being in the event that we would need to get access to HVAC or lights or even building security while we're there after hours. The next portion here is the store name. So if this is an in-store location, you'll want to put in the store name, the store contact number, the store hours, and the store telephone number. So if you're in a grocery store or a Walmart or someplace like that that the banking center is located, we need that information for the local store as well, because we need to let them know and be aware that we'll be working after hours in the bank. Any reason or any issues with being in the store, if it's in store, you want to choose yes or no there. If it's yes, you'll see it says red flag. It will create a red flag for you on the survey later that we'll have to add comments to as well. Right. This bottom left section, the facility type and description, this is a drop down as well. You'll see there are tons and tons of many choices of different types of banking center facilities. For the most part, we're either going to be in a banking center with a drive up, a banking center with a drive up with another business division, or a drive up motorbike bank standalone. On occasion, we will come across banks that are in military bases and military installations, and we'll need to make note of that. But again, for the most part, it's going to be one of those first four choices. If for some reason you're not sure what the type of location is, there's even a little tool here that you can use for help with that will populate during the wizard part. Number of OBDs, and OBD is other business division users. So number of other business division users. If there's someone there with a PC, we need to know how many there. There, of course, this box you're going to fill your name in. Okay, and then this section is the banking center hours. So you'll see there's for the lobby and there's for the drive up and motor bank. So again, these are all drop downs that you want to put the Monday to Thursday hours, the Friday hours, the Saturday hours, and the Sunday, if any, hours, and note those. And the same for the drive up motor bank, note those hours. Now, just want to show you one thing here though, on this survey. The way that it's set up. If for some reason you choose, well, actually, before I get to that, let me show you this. Any business hour exceptions. So are they open a Thursday night extra for some reason? Are they not open Friday mornings? Anything out of the ordinary, you want to mark that yes, and you'll have to provide an explanation under your red flags. Okay. We'll show you this on I started to mention for the business hours. So depending on the type of branch that it is, it will highlight what hours the branch is open. So when I choose banking center, you'll see that all these are turned to yellow, which means I need to fill them in. This is a banking center alone. If the banking center has a drive-up window, okay, on the same server, or even a detached drive-up on the same server, you'll see that the drive up motor bank listed there also is yellow, and you'll need to fill that in. Or if it's a drive up alone, you'll see that the lobby hours are grayed out and we only have the drive up motor bank hours that are yellow. So once you fill in this first blank with the type of banking center, the type of facility, it kind of gives you some clues as to what type of or what hours that you will need to fill out for the banking center. And you'll see up in the upper left, there's the Start Wizard. So once you have everything filled in, you click the Start Wizard button and it goes through and checks your answers. You can validate them and it gives you the opportunity to delete them or keep them.